Hello, everyone. Today we would like to share you about our project, Factors Influencing Airbnb Price. I'm Ming, and these are my team members, Jinchang, Maitri, and Xiaolin. We will divide our presentation into 5 parts, and the first one is introduction. Well, we know that houses and apartments on Airbnb share different prices even in the same location due to different types, rooms, rating, and reviews. In this project, our group is going to study the factors which influence the price of a property on Airbnb in 6 major US cities and build prediction models to foresee the price of a house or apartment. Our data is from Kaggle, and there are 2 datasets. In this case, we mainly use the train set to build the model because the test set which used to predict doesn't include price. And welcome, Xiaolin.
Now let me guide you to have a look of the Airbnb data. It's about the Airbnb, so you guys may want to know where expensive areas of those cities are. Here are the records from LA and San Francisco. The redder means the more expensive. The greener, the cheaper. It's clear to find out that prices are most expensive around the Bay Area and Hollywood in LA. In San Francisco, I hardly see the green color. What a friendly city. Then, New York City. Houses from Manhattan are definitely costly. Yes, without any doubt. Let's see Greater Boston. From Back Bay to West End, you could book the pricey houses with great views. Last 2 cities, Chicago's expensive houses on Airbnb locate on Lakeview, Lincoln Park, and near North Side. Then Washington, D.C. Basically, if you live near the president, you have to pay more fee. Therefore, let's compare the average lot price of 6 cities. San Francisco is the top one, whose average lot price is $5.17. It's about $176. That of Washington, D.C. is 4.98. Boston, 4.88. Then LA, 4.72. New York City, 4.71. And last, Chicago, 4.62. Then, when we order a house on Airbnb for vacation, we want to make sure everybody has a bed. So, what kind of property has the top number of beds? In this plot, hostel does, average 4 beds. And what about the price? The lot price of hostel is cheapest, so big family can choose hostels. Last, the more bedrooms, the more bathrooms. A fun fact found in the data is that the property without a cleaning fee has less bedrooms than those with the cleaning fee. That's all about the data visualization. Ming will show the data preparation.
After we had a visualization of our data, we need to do some preparing work like selecting variables from our dataset before we build models. First, according to the visualization results, we delete some meaningless and irrelevant features such as first review, host scenes. Then we drop some features that are relevant but hard to explain or will interfere with interpretation. And we finally got 7 variables left. Next up, we check and drop the missing values of the 7 variables, and then we code the cancellation policy into 5 levels, the flexible as the 1 and the super strict 60 as the 5. And also, we set the room type and the city into dummy variables using 1 and 0 to represent. And finally, we build a heat map showing the correlation between the variables. And we can see that the accommodate and the bedrooms are highly related to the price. And welcome, Maitri.
So I'm going to talk about the modeling that we've used. Regression is a statistical method that attempts to determine the strength and the character of the relationship between the dependent variable, which is log price, which is usually denoted by y, and a series of other unknown independent variables. The p-value is over here. Coefficient is 3.8165, which means that the Rm variable increases by 1, the predicted value will increase by 3.8165. The OLS model on the next page suggests that ordinary least squares method, it shows that there is a clear relationship in our model because the value is 0.54. In the next table, we're going to calculate the mean absolute error and the mean square error. Measures the average magnitude of the errors in a set of predictions without considering their direction. As you can see, the value is 0.366, and for the mean squared error, it is 0.235, and root mean squared error is 0.4856. Next, we take the cross-validation method, in which it is a resampling procedure used to evaluate machine learning models on a limited data sample. Here we take 10-fold method, where 10 is called the K that refers to the number of groups that a given data sample is split into. And the average score here is 0.544. Next one is the best subset method. It compares all the possible models that we've used in a specified set of predictors and displays the best fitting models. The end result is a number of models and the summary statistics, as the summary is in the form of an equation displayed on the screen, which is the log price with relation to all the other independent variables. Moving on, lasso regression, which is our last and the best regression type that we've done. It uses the shrinkage method. Shrinkage is where the data values are shrunk towards a central point, like the mean. The lasso procedure encourages simple, sparse models. And using the lasso regression model, the equation that we've come across is for the log price equals to as given on the screen. You can also see the model of lasso graph on the screen very clearly depicted. Moving on, Gabriel will explain you further.
Except the regression models, we also built classification models. I divided the price into 3 levels: low, medium, and high. If we separate the price range into 3 equal sections, the distribution of the price will be showed like orange part. The distribution is unsymmetric. When this kind of situation happens, the performance of this model will be negatively affected. Therefore, I divided the price symmetrically. The result is showed like this. Then we trained 3 kinds of classification model. The first one is K nearest neighbors, and the accuracy of this model is 62.83%. The second one is decision tree. The accuracy of this model is 65.36%. And the last model is random forest classifier, and its accuracy is 62.50%. During the processing, we also use some methods to make improvements of our model. For example, the first method is cross-validation. It is used to evaluate the predictive performance of the model, which can reduce the overfitting effect. Another method is to select the best parameters. For example, in the KNN model, we plot the performance of different K, which from 1 to 15. And then we found out that the best parameter is when K equal to 3. The accuracy of the KNN is 0.628. The last part, we draw 3 conclusions. The first one is among 6 cities, Washington, D.C., and San Francisco have a large positive effect on price, which means these 2 cities have higher price. The second conclusion is the number of the bedrooms and bathrooms both have obviously positive effect on price. The third conclusion is entire room or apartment is obviously more expensive than the private and shared room. When we input the parameters, we can use the regression model to predict the specific price and use the classification model to tell the price position among all Airbnb. That's all. Thank you.